Hello, everybody, and welcome to week 5 of our class here at Rasmussen College on comparative politics, as we are examining a very interesting region of the world this week in the Middle East. Specifically, we'll be looking at two nations in our upcoming live classroom tomorrow night, being held on Tuesday, July 31st, 2018, regarding Iran and Iraq. Iran has a very interesting history with the United States, as it used to be historically a very predominant U.S. ally in the region, and back when Iran was a monarchy and a more Western-style government, the United States was heavily involved in the government of Iran, especially the propping up of the Shah, which is the legal term for the king of Iran, who used to be a very big U.S. ally. Problem with it is the Shah was extremely corrupt, and the government was extremely corrupt in Iran, and that led you to the 1979 revolution in Iran. That leads you to the founding of the First Islamic Republic of Iran with the Ayatollah Khomeini, and the Islamic Republic still exists today in Iran. Since that time, the Iran-U.S. relations have been extremely hostile in terms of Iran referring to us as the great Satan and the ultimate evil. There have been ongoing back and forth exchanges of wording and discussions about where our place is in the world and where their place is in the world. So it's not been a very good relationship with Iran since the 1979 revolution. Did have the Iranian nuclear deal, which we'll talk about in our class this week. Extremely interesting deal considering the relationship between the two nations, but it was a situation where there was a signatory between the United States and Iran where Iran would allow its nuclear sites to be inspected by UN inspectors and other world inspectors in exchange for the United States lifting a lot of the economic embargoes against Iran. That was under President Obama. President Trump has now said he wants to leave the Iranian nuclear deal, and so that is an ongoing issue that is flared up here in the last few weeks, as we have seen an exchange between President Trump and an Iranian general just this past week. Iraq, of course, we know the history of Iraq with the invasion of Iraq in Gulf War II and the current U.S. involvement in Iraq, and how Iraq used to be ruled by Saddam Hussein and his brutal regime, and how that has now changed to a more democratic-style government that has been established by us in terms of the United States. And we are now seeing a parliament in terms of a prime minister, and we'll talk about the formation of the Iraqi government and how the U.S. was very key to the establishment of the Iraqi government. Has had some interesting side effects to it, though. Iraq is predominantly a Shia nation, and so is Iran. So Iraq and Iran have become a little bit more tight than we were expecting since the fall of Saddam Hussein. So two extremely interesting nations we'll be looking at this week, guys. In terms of the overall, this is an extremely busy week. Your main paper is due at the end of the day this coming Sunday, and there is a separate paper on Iraq, which is also due at the end of the day Sunday. Reminder, your initial discussion board postings need to be due by the end of the day tomorrow, Tuesday, July 31st. Reply postings are due by the end of the day Friday, August 3rd. And all papers will be due by the end of the day Sunday, August 5th. Like I said, guys, it's probably the busiest week of our 6 weeks. So I hope everybody does well and hope everybody keeps up with it. If you need anything, guys, please feel free to text, call, or email me as quickly as possible, and I'll respond to your guys' questions as soon as I can. And with that, guys, have a great week.